And more news coming in. India today has accessed the NIA dossier on Tahavur Rana. Proof number 1, Rana gave logistical financial help for attacks. Proof number 2, plotted with David Coleman Headley, Rahman Hashim, also helped Headley recce terror targets in Mumbai. That's what he did. Proof number 4, acted on Hafiz Saeed's order on the attacks. And going straight across to Nalini is breaking that big story for us. Nalini, what more can you tell us as far as the details of the dossier with you regarding the role of this man who's now being brought back to India?
Well, Sneha, India Today has accessed the complete details of NIA's case against Tahavur Rana, for which Tahavur Rana is expected to face trial in India related to the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. And what NIA says in its case against Tahavur Rana, it says that there was logistical, financial support provided to not only David Headley but others also had visited India ahead of the attacks that had happened in Mumbai on 26/11/2008. What they've also said is that Tahavur Rana himself had visited India immediately before these attacks had taken place. In fact, Tahavur Rana was in India between the 13th of November 2008 and the 21st of November 2008, which was just ahead of the attacks on the 26th of November that had happened that year. In fact, even when David Headley was visiting India, and it was Tahavur Rana and his contacts who had arranged the visa for David Headley to come to India, who'd also arranged his lodging, his conveyance, all the logistical support while David Headley was living in India was arranged by Tahavur Rana from Chicago. And while he was in India, they always were in constant communication. In fact, during David Headley's first visit to India, they had spoken over the telephone more than 32 times. During the second visit, more than 23 times they spoke on the phone. During the third visit, more than 40 times Tahavur Rana and David Headley were speaking on the phone to each other. During the fifth visit, more than 37 times. During the sixth visit, more than 33 times. And during the eighth visit, which was closer to the attack, more than 66 times, David Headley and Tahavur Rana had spoken to each other ahead of the attacks. Not just that, NIA also says that there were plans to have future attacks in India as well. And those plans were being orchestrated by the LAT sitting in Pakistan with the help that was being provided to them by Tahavur Rana from Chicago and David Headley on the ground in India. So all of these details are mentioned by the NIA regarding the involvement of Tahavur Rana in the entire criminal conspiracy. These are the charges for which he is going to face trial once he is brought back to India. Sneha, quickly taking you through the procedure. Tomorrow, once he is brought back, he will have to be produced before the special NIA court within 24 hours, where the NIA will officially ask for his custody. And depending on how long the custody is granted for by the court, we'll wait and see exactly how soon we can expect for the trial to begin in the case.
All right, important details that you're getting for us. You know, I was listening very carefully to that, Nalini, where you also mentioned on how, the number of calls that were exchanged were just so many. Talk to us about what really happened when he, first came to Mumbai, the way the recce was done. I believe that once he stayed in a hotel, like you've been telling us, then he moved on to stay in a paying guest accommodation. What more details can you share with us?
Well, Sneha, how this all played out is essentially that Tahavur Rana was running an immigration center in Chicago. So ahead of the attacks, while the attacks were still being planned, and they were being planned from as early as 2005, 3 years before the attacks actually happened, David Headley had actually visited Chicago. He'd met Tahavur Rana and he discussed all his plans regarding the attacks and the LAT's plans with Tahavur Rana. At that time, the conspiracy was hatched that they will plan on opening up a center of Tahavur Rana's immigration center in Mumbai. A branch of that in Mumbai will be opened up, for which all the documentation they had submitted. And that's why Tahavur Rana worked towards getting a visa for David Headley. They were basically relying on David Headley's Caucasian appearance to hide his Pakistani identity and his involvement or relation to the LAT. So that's what they were essentially relying on. And it was through Tahavur Rana's help that they were able to get the visa, not just once, but they were able to even extend it, leading to David Headley getting a 10-year multiple entry visa into India to establish this immigration center, a branch of it in Mumbai. Interestingly, that immigration center that was established, not a single immigration case was taken it up, because it was established only as a farce so that they could figure out exactly what were the logistics of carrying out the terror attack in November 2008. And for that, David Headley visited India almost 8 times, possibly more than 8 times, where he recce'd several areas. In fact, even during Tahavur Rana's visit to India, he visited several cities, not just Mumbai, showing that they were doing almost a pan-India recce of what were the places where the terror attack could be conducted. And afterwards, several of this data was carried by David Headley back to Pakistan to the LET to formulate the entire detailed plan for the attack.
Right.
None of this could have been possible, remember Sneha, without the logistical and financial help that was provided by Tahavur Rana from the minute that David Headley stepped foot in India right till the day when the terrorist attacks actually happened.
Well, absolutely. How would have it been possible otherwise? Nalini, dwelling on that, be with us for the moment. I'm coming back to you in a second again. Let's tell our viewers a little more about dossier number 2. India Today accessed the NIA dossier again. Multiple IDs, fake names used by the terrorists. Rana, in fact, spoke to Headley 200 times during 8 India visits. That's what the dossier that Nalini has got for us. Speaks volumes of how they worked in close coordination and how the man on your screens right now provided just so much information across the border. Multiple IDs, Nalini, were used, fake names were used by terrorists. And like we've been talking about, 200 times Rana spoke to Headley during the visits, 8 visits to the country before the attacks finally took place on the fateful day of the 26th of November 2008.
Absolutely, Sneha. In fact, the NIA has gone to the extent of saying that it was with the active aid and willful abetment of both David Headley and Tahavur Rana that the LET was actually able to execute the Mumbai attacks of the 26th of November 2008. In fact, interestingly enough, the NIA also goes on to say that right before the 26/11 attacks, which is between the 13th of November 2008 and the 21st of November 2008, Tahavur Rana had personally visited India, and his visit was planned well in advance in consultation with several of the members of the Lashkar-e-Taiba working from Pakistan. And during his stay, Tahavur Rana, along with his wife, he'd come with his wife and he had visited several places, not just Mumbai, but he had also gone to Hapur, he'd gone to Delhi, he'd gone to Agra, Cochin, Ahmedabad, and several other places he had visited during his visit, which was immediately before the terror attacks were carried out. What's also interesting to note is the kind of help that was provided by Tahavur Rana despite being in Chicago to David Headley in India, because Tahavur Rana had several contacts in India, and from the time that David Headley first stepped foot in India, as soon as his plane landed in India, he was met by a contact of Tahavur Rana who arranged all of the arrangements, his conveyance, his lodging, his stay. In fact, initially David Headley had checked into a hotel in Mumbai, but later on he moved into a house as a paying guest when he realized he's going to be there for a much longer time. So all of these arrangements were made by Tahavur Rana for David Headley to ensure that all of the process can be carried out smoothly during his visit in India. In fact, it was Tahavur Rana who directed his contact in India to ensure that all of this was arranged for David Headley so that the recce could be done, especially not only of Mumbai but also of other cities, because like I told you earlier, the NIS clearly stated that there were plans to carry out even future terrorist attacks.
Right.
And 26/11 in Mumbai was not the only one that the terrorists had planned on their list. So it goes on to show what the level of conspiracy that was hatched between the LET in Pakistan, Tahavur Rana in Chicago, and David Headley in Mumbai was at that particular time. There were constant communication with each other, not just through the telephone but also through emails, but there were multiple emails that were used to communicate regarding the logistics of the travel and of the plan, and also they had used coded language in these emails to ensure that there is no red flag that pops up on any security agency system.
All right, I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Nalini talking about the man who's going to be brought to justice very soon. He's coming back to the country, possibly early tomorrow. But Nalini telling us about what the dossier as far as the charges against him are. This essentially has got to do with the role of Tahavur Rana in the Mumbai terror attacks from the year 2008 in the 26/11 terror attacks.